Hello and welcome back to the SizablySport podcast. This is episode number 6, and yes, again, I'm joined with my co-host Dom. Hello, Dom.
Hello.
This week, unfortunately, no guests, a few letdowns and different people being busy, but hopefully next week I've got a few people on my case, so
Good.
hopefully we'll have a few people in. So, unfortunately, it's been quite a quiet week, to be fair, in terms of sport, but
Yeah, very.
we're here, as always, Monday, consistent. So we're going to start off, I think, by reviewing the Champions League. We looked into last week, made a few predictions. We did make some predictions. So I think we'll just start with the Tuesday games. It seems ages ago now. Well, the first game was Roma-Porto.
Yeah, 2-1.
2-1 to Roma, yeah.
And predictions were made well.
So Jasper went 1-1, Lloyd went 1-1. You went for 2-1 Roma, on the money. Completely. I went 2-2. So,
Did you watch the game?
no, I was watching the other game Tuesday night. So I've seen the highlights, but I didn't obviously watch the game. But from what I could see, Roma edged it.
Are they through already?
I don't know. Porto are a good side at home, and actually their fans are decent from videos I've seen.
Did you see the guy that scored 2 goals for Roma?
Yeah.
Yeah, 19-year-old, looking decent.
Yeah.
Let's see what he can do in the future.
I think I think that's probably the tie I look at the most. It's probably still a little bit more open. The ones from this week, I think. I still think Porto are there to give it a go, but at the same time, like Roma, they had a superb Champions League campaign last time out, so
Yeah.
I see no reason why they can't do the same, despite losing obviously Alisson and a few others. So I think we'll see, but
You know that Pepe is playing for Porto?
no,
Yeah.
That's
I'll have
mad.
a look now. Yeah, Pepe's playing for Porto.
that's
So
mad.
Pepe, I can see us back when they played for Real Madrid.
Yep.
So you'd think they have a stronger core, but it's getting old now.
I think it's probably the age bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So to be fair, there's not really much to talk about that one. I think we'll talk about the big game of Tuesday.
I think Porto is looking promising as well in a way.
Yeah.
Do you know the centre back, or he played right back? Militiato.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And
Million, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Only 21. He's doing good things at the moment.
Yeah.
He probably might get a move in the summer to a bigger club, so don't know if we're going to see him in Porto too long, but realistically, we want to see him in better leagues, you know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
No one really watches the Portuguese league, unfortunately.
No, they
But
don't.
that's where a lot of talent really comes from. So
Yeah, it definitely does. You're right. It does. So I think, as we say, I think Porto are in the game with the shout, but at the same time, I think Roma will just sneak that one second leg. But we'll obviously talk about that in more depth in the coming weeks when the second leg is. So then we'll move on to the game, the big one of Tuesday. We were both watching it. United versus PSG, and
let's start with the predictions. What did we say?
so predictions: Jasper went 2-0 United. Lloyd went 3-1 United. You went 2-1 United, and I went 1-0 United. So all completely right. I think we all looked at it and saw Neymar out, Cavani out, Meunier out, and thought United win. But
Well, I think personally I really underestimated it is the midfield of PSG.
yeah, agreed.
Verratti,
He was
Amazing.
amazing. Yeah,
Draxler, I was saying as well. I think he can get to most first 11s.
yeah, agreed.
Maybe not PSG's.
Yeah,
And I think Marquinhos played like a CDM role.
yeah, I was impressed. I never.
Marquinhos looked really good as well.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to play that kind of position.
Yeah.
So it's.
I mean, they really had a nice balance with Verratti doing the up and down,
Yeah.
Draxler doing more of the forward stuff, and Marquinhos just sitting back, holding the midfield. So the game plan was I think, spot on really for PSG.
Agreed.
But first half wasn't really maybe.
First off, I think it was
Not many
end-to-end,
shots.
but yeah,
But I found it really entertaining.
football was good. It was, yeah,
Very high quality. But yeah, fair play to PSG. Away from home as well, so.
that's 2 away goals.
You think they're out now, United?
I think the fact Pogba got himself sent off stupidly as well does not help the cause because, let's be honest, since he has come under the management of Solskjaer, he's just been. Well, he's just scored. I mean, we're watching this game tonight. He's just scored against Chelsea, so he's going to be a big miss.
It was the same with PSG. Thought Neymar and Cavani out,
That is true.
no chance. But so
I don't know. I just think in France, are United going to score at least 2 and keep PSG at bay with that attacking force? I just can't. I don't think. But obviously we'll review and look at it in a few weeks. But I think obviously it depends on injuries and all that kind of thing as well, who's back in that. But yeah, it wasn't ideal from United's perspective. That's for a fact. So.
But a very good game.
It was a great game. So now we move on to Wednesday night. I think we'll talk about the Ajax Real Madrid game first. This is a controversial one. I saw. Was it that header that was?
Yeah. Read me the predictions.
So the predictions. Jasper 3-0 Real Madrid. Lloyd 2-0 Real Madrid. You went for a 2-2 draw, and I went 3-1 Real Madrid. So.
And it could have been 2-2.
Yeah.
It should have been.
Probably should have been. Yeah.
So yeah, disappointed at that.
I was. There's actually an Ajax fan in my lecture today, and he was talking about it, and he was gutted because he said they actually played really well, and you know, it's frustrating for them because obviously now they've got to go to the Bernabeu, and I suppose they're still in with a shout. That's the main thing. Like they're not being hit heavy or anything.
With a shout, but quite a small of a shout.
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree.
Well, the guy called what's his name? Ziyech.
Ziyech,
He did a bid for them as well.
Yeah.
Is it who else? Who else is doing?
Is Dolberg still there?
Dolberg.
To be fair, I don't really follow Dutch football.
You went to another Dutch club, I'm pretty sure. But Dusan Tadic as well is doing really well for him as well.
Because he was the one that was part sort of in that thing. Because he was stood, wasn't he? Just where Courtois came to get it, and he was the one. Yeah.
Casper Dolberg came on as well.
Yeah, I thought he was still there, but I think he had that hype. Was it last season or the season before? And he was being linked with big money moves, and I don't know if he's quite got it as much at the moment. But
what about just the Real Madrid side? They still should be doing better.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. I mean, they lost. They lost at the week Sunday, yesterday.
1-0?
Girona, 1-0. No, 2-1. 2-1 it was. Ramos got sent off.
Yeah.
Last minute.
He's got most red cards in the Spanish league history. So very impressive as well.
I think you look at it and Real Madrid they frustrate me at times at the moment because they've still got them players. Like you look at some of their squad and they should be doing better with some of the players, but
realistically, all you took out from that team is Ronaldo.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Yeah.
Because we look at typical Courtois instead of Keylor Navas. That's not a downgrade, that's for sure. Dani Carvajal, who was there. Nacho. No. Why is Nacho playing? Not Varane? Is he injured or?
I'll be honest. I don't know. It must be something like because he would be ahead surely, but we'll see, I guess. But
yeah, you look at them: Modric, Casemiro, Toni Kroos, that's same midfield.
Yeah.
Bale, Benzema, and then Vinicius Junior is doing well as well. But you see, just that Ronaldo element is missing for them.
Exactly. It's definitely hit them, and third in the division. I think at the moment they could have got second the other night. I think they're still a long way off being the side they were, but they're still in the Champions League and still in with a very good shout of reaching the quarterfinals. So that's that. I think we'll move on now to the last game of this week in the Champions League, and that was at Wembley, and that was Tottenham versus Dortmund.
Yeah.
And talk about predictions. Jasper went 2-1 Spurs. Lloyd went 1-0 Spurs. You went 3-1 Dortmund and I went 1-1.
So I got that wrong.
Yeah, I think.
Not really wrong.
Obviously, I actually went to this game.
How was it?
I think, honestly, I think the first half was a bit dry in terms of there was no one that was giving it sort of a go. If you know what I mean, I felt it was a bit like both sides were like a little bit worried on what the other side was going to do. I think. It was Zagadou had a really good header, but it fortunately slightly I think took a bobble off someone's head, so it took the pace off it.
Zagadu's another one, isn't he? 19.
Yeah.
So Dortmund's got a young team, Sancho, Pulisic obviously he's gone. I think Dahoud, Hakimi,
Yeah.
they're all young players.
But yeah, Laurie's made a cracking save, and I think that was massive because obviously second half Spurs came out, got the goal through Son, slightly poor defensive work from Dortmund. And actually, I thought Dortmund done all right. I thought they contained them at 1-0. I thought, if you get the 1-0 defeat, all right, you've not scored the away goal, but you're in with a shout.
Yeah.
And then obviously Spurs grabbed the second through Vertonghen, and then Llorente from a corner for 3-0. It wasn't a 3-0 game.
Yeah, it was two very late goals as well.
Yeah, it wasn't a 3-0 game based on play. I thought it was quite harsh on Dortmund, but at the same time, I don't think Dortmund were great.
Do they stand a chance? Second leg?
Funny things have happened, but honestly, I struggle to see where they're going to score. Obviously, Spurs, if they get the away goal, Dortmund, really have got to crank.
Yeah.
Is it for they need to get 5? Because they scored 4, that would match the 4 Spurs scored. Spurs got the away goal, so yeah, it's. I just can't see it, unfortunately. I'd love to see it because I don't mind Dortmund, but yeah,
I think that what they were missing as well is a striker, really.
Oh yeah, agreed.
They played Mario Götze up front.
I think Royce being injured didn't help them, but again,
yeah.
because I thought Pulisic looked sort of disinterested. Whether that is because he's got his move or whether he just had that quality start to the season and realistically he's not. Maybe he was a little bit overhyped. I don't know. It's interesting, but
how would that for Champions League?
Yeah.
Should we go into predictions now?
I think we'll just go into the predictions for the Champions League. Yeah. So obviously this week there's a few big games. Liverpool are playing, Man City are playing.
Yeah. So we'll just start off with the Lyon Barcelona game.
Yeah, Lyon Barca
tomorrow at 8.
Yeah.
Could they cause an upset?
Lyon obviously beat City, didn't they?
Yeah,
in the groups. I think we drew as well the other game. I think.
Maybe.
I know they gave them a good go. But honestly, I just think Barca. Even despite I don't think they're the same Barca as they used to be. I still think marginally got it on Lyon, very marginally.
Yeah. I'd say a draw, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either a 1-1.
1-1 draw. I just think Barca. I don't think they're going to go there and score a silly amount, but I do think they'll win it. I think they'll go 2-0. I want to go 2-0 to Barcelona.
Yeah.
So
and that's the big one.
Yeah.
Liverpool Bayern.
Yeah.
It's hard to judge this one really. Bayern obviously second or third in the league.
Second in the Bundesliga, they're currently 3 behind Dortmund, but Dortmund are obviously in play as we speak. So,
so Liverpool are second, Bayern are second.
Yeah.
So who will come out on top? Personally, from my point of view, I would like probably Bayern to get through, just because I would like to see Lewandowski progress as well further.
Yeah.
Will they do it? Away from home, it's obviously going to be tricky. And Klopp, he's been in Germany, so he knows how the German football works.
Really.
Yeah. So what can it be? I'll go for another draw, really.
Draw, yeah.
2-2.
2-2 draw, goals.
Definitely one that I'll be watching.
Yeah, it's a hard one to judge because, as you say, Liverpool have obviously gone off the boil a little bit in the Premier League. A few draws, Leicester and Liverpool and West Ham, sorry. So a few iffy results. Bayern have obviously got stronger in the Bundesliga as it's gone off after sort of a bit of a poor start. I think it'll be tight, but I think the fact Liverpool are at home and Champions League under the lights at Anfield always creates a decent atmosphere to an extent.
For some, I think Liverpool's atmosphere it's got that special feeling.
Yeah.
When the fans start singing the Neville Cologne, for any fun, it gets you excited.
But to be fair, I'm going to have to go with a draw, but I think we 1-1. I think an early goal, maybe from Bayern, and Liverpool go and hit them on the counter, maybe something like that. But yeah, we'll see. Move on to Wednesday.
Yeah, I have a good game really. Atletico, Juve,
Yeah.
Ronaldo back in Madrid.
Yeah.
Not the right one,
No,
but he also knows how Atletico play.
Yeah.
He's been around Spanish league for a long time, majority of his career really. And what can we expect from that game? Atletico, what, second in the league?
Yeah, at the moment, yeah, because due to Real slip up, yeah.
I would want to say draw again for some reason, but I am going to say draw.
Is it draw?
Yeah, I'm going to say 1-1.
1-1. That's fair enough. I just think Juve I don't. Again, I think this will actually be an okay game. It's Ronaldo. I think he's flying at the moment, admittedly in the Serie A, and people can have their own opinions about that, whether they think it's a strong league or not.
Yeah.
Atletico, I still think they're not as strong as they used to be in terms of some of the players.
But they've got Morata.
They've still got Morata, yeah, legend. In all honesty, I think Juve will nick it, and I'm just going to go for a 2-1 Juve. I think it'll still be a game going into the second leg. There won't be a hiding or anything like that. Then probably the one I think for me is probably going to be the slightly more easier one to predict out of the lot, in all honesty. But we'll see, I guess.
Exactly. It's Champions League. All teams will really turn up for those nights.
Yeah. So we've got Schalke, Man City.
Yeah. Currently, I'm listening to the Drogba autobiography as well.
Cool. Yeah.
And when he said when he first heard the anthem, the Champions League anthem, it really made it for him that he made it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think every player when they hear that anthem, they really step up their game.
Yep. Agreed.
So and as well, it's in Germany.
Yeah.
The fans are loud there.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
I want to say another draw.
Another draw.
I need to say another draw. Yeah, I'll say 1-2. 2-2.
I just, despite City actually making hard work in Newport in the weekend, which we'll come on to, I still it's the squad depth. I think despite that, having to play late Saturday, wasn't it? Then had to travel up journey. I just still think they just slightly got it. Schalke have been disappointing this season, so for that reason, I think 3-0 City. I think they're gonna.
Schalke they are really disappointed this season. But we see what happened with Europa League now as well. Arsenal, losing one.
Yeah, they did lose. Yeah.
European nights are always a tricky one.
Yeah, agreed.
So we'll see what happens. We'll have to wait
for that. Basically wraps up the Champions League. We just talked briefly over FA Cup at the weekend. Obviously, I don't think it's as exciting FA Cup as we've had in previous seasons, probably due to the calibre of teams left in it, but that makes it exciting in some ways because you've got sides in there that wouldn't usually be in there. So, going over scores, the Friday night game was QPR Watford. I went to this game.
1-0 Watford.
1-0 Watford. Actually, QPR deserved the win. They were battering on the door constantly, but unfortunately couldn't break it down, and Watford, a little bit of quality to an extent from Capu. It went for a crowd, and he's put it in the back of the net.
In total, there were 2 shots on target for the whole game.
Yeah, it wasn't a great game. Not even going to sit here and lie, it wasn't a great game. Atmosphere was quite decent. We ran sort of some rowdy QPR fans, which was interesting. But in all honesty, I think Watford will take this cup seriously because ultimately they're safe in the Premier League.
Yeah,
have they got anything else to really go for in the Premier League? Probably not, because I don't think they're going to get Europa or nothing like that. So, for me, this is their chance, which is good, and why not? So yeah, they move on to the 12:30, I think it was on Saturday. Brighton Derby. Ashley Cole.
Yeah.
First FA Cup goal at 38.
Since 2013, I want to say.
I think that was the last league.
So fair play to old Ashley.
But Brighton,
Chelsea legend.
Yep.
Playing under Lampard now as well.
Yep.
And do you like Derby? Because obviously more to the Championship. What do you think of Derby?
Well, obviously, Sport Norwich, so I've got a decent insight in the Championship. I watched Derby play Norwich end of December. They beat us 4-3. Floodlight failure when we went 3-2 up. sustained period, and then they went and hit us with 2 late goals. They're a good side, a really good side. I think the only thing that slightly concerns me with them is the fact that a lot of their better players are on loan, which is good if you can get that consistency. Mason Mount, number 1. Harry Wilson.
Frank Tamori from Chelsea as well.
Tamori. I think that's Harry Wilson, Tamori.
Frank Tamori?
Yeah, I think it's Tamori. Tamori, yeah. I think that's the only thing that concerns me is the fact that their better players are loan players, which is fine if next season, for example, say they don't go up this season, which...
Do you think they will? Did they have a chance?
They're 7th at the moment. It's just consistency a little bit with Derby.
It'd just be good to see Lampard back in the Premier League.
Agreed. I don't think they will, personally, and I think that the only thing that slightly concerns me is the fact that a lot of the better players are on loan, and if they don't replace them loan players with better loan players again next season or same standard, or younger players that can step up, can they compete? That would be my only question. But they're a good side, there's no doubt about that, and obviously now they're out of the cup, that's probably a good thing for them because it was a distraction from the league, and their league form took a little bit of a dip. So now they can focus on the league and try and get playoffs, obviously. And we'll see. And Brighton, obviously, they're not safe in the Premier League. Actually, I think they're only about 3 or 4 points off the relegation zone now.
It's tight down there.
It's massively tight, but I still think they'll survive the season. Why not go for the cup a bit? Ultimately they've got a decent depth of squad, so they might as well have a go. So we'll move on to 2 of the sort of lesser sides that were left in the cup, and that's AFC Wimbledon versus Millwall. That was an early goal for Millwall that sees them through to the quarterfinals for second time in 3 years, something like that. They had that season where they beat, I think it was Watford and Leicester and a few others.
The one I've heard about it, if I've talked to you about this before, did you hear about Millwall after the Everton game? Yeah,
I saw that. It was some ugly scenes, and I think Millwall actually won Family Club of the Year a couple of years ago. Which you can make of that what you think.
But I think they're trying to change the.
Oh yeah.
How it works, because obviously Millwall's always thought as the dangerous side to go to. No one really wanted to go to Millwall.
Well, I went to Millwall at the start of the season, Millwall versus Leeds, and the atmosphere was electric, and they're really on the players, backs to the other opposing side and everything. The only thing, there was a few comments and stuff, you think, is that necessary, and trying to get into fights and stuff, it's football ultimately, and you go to support your team. Do you really need to get into a fight? I'm actually going to Millwall again in a few weeks, 2 weeks time. It's Norwich are away there. And it's a shame because I'm probably not going to wear my club colours going there due to the persona of for example the Everton thing, which is a shame because I think Millwall are a good club and they've got some good fans and everything.
What situation are you talking about? Are you talking about the stabbing in the face? Yeah. So I'm on about a different one. I'm on about how Millwall. I think it was the Everton game as well.
Yeah.
They were playing. And the Millwall fans in one section were chanting some racist chants towards Everton players, and the own fans from the other section turned on the Everton fans and on the Millwall fans. So they turned on their own fans, beat them up, and the owner of the club closed the whole section down and put them into different positions in the club in the stadium just to prevent it happening again. Really, and it's a good thing that something's happening about it because. Just has to happen if we want to do something about racism in football.
Yeah, agreed.
It'll still be always the case.
Yeah.
So fair play to Millwall for doing that, for the owner.
Yeah.
And trying to change the perception of the club.
Yeah.
How they work.
And Millwall are through, which is good to see because it's always good to see a lower side in the quarterfinals. So.
I mean, Wimbledon are even lower.
They are, yeah.
We all go through.
But it's good stuff. So I'll move on, and this was actually I think Newport. I've got to give them credit. They were superb. I mean, they had a chance right at the start, a long throw in, and it was a cracking save, Medicine. That's why he's rated so highly. He's done really, really well there. Obviously, Man City had to wait till the second half, got their 2 goals. Newport score a late goal, and you think maybe this cup shot could be on, and obviously then City hit them with 2 and win 4-1. And
Phil Foden's
Phil Foden's a good player.
Good player.
it's a shame he doesn't actually get slightly more minutes in the Premier League.
It's another case of English player going abroad.
Yeah.
And he would definitely get a chance.
But then at the same time,
I think what he needs, like, even though I'm not a fan of like loaning players out, I think he needs one loan spell like in Germany.
For me, he's good enough to play for City, and that's going to be the case.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So David Silva's getting old. He'll need a replacement soon. And Phil Foden might be the man.
Might be man, exactly. But yeah, there's probably not much else to say about that. City through, and they're probably the favourites for the FA Cup at the moment, still, despite everything else.
Foden's saying they might win the quadruple. Will they do it? Probably not. But
fixture congestion.
Double that is definitely on the line. Triple, who knows.
So I think one game we'll just briefly skim over. Wolves 1-0 win away at Bristol City. Bristol City were unbeaten for about 10 games. They had a great run. But Wolves, obviously, for me, Wolves might be one of the dark horses for this competition.
They'll definitely want to win it, same as Watford.
Yeah.
They're safe in the league. They've still got players that want to play for this cup, that want to win it.
Yeah.
So I think they'll definitely play that. They will get even further in the tournament.
Yep. So we move on. Doncaster of League One versus Crystal Palace. Palace 2-0 winners. I saw bits of this game, to be fair, but I think
really much to shout about.
There really isn't much to say. I think Palace, obviously, realistically, probably Premier League survival is top of their list. But again, if they've got decent depth of squad. I mean, look at their striking line: Benteke, Connor Wickham, Batshuayi. They've got options. So if you're going to rotate your squad a bit,
and Crystal Palace are not a very, for Premier League, like mid-table, but they're still kind of should be doing better, 100% for the quality they've got on the team.
So I think Palace going to give it a go, and we'll see how it goes. So last game of yesterday was Swansea City versus Brentford, two Championship sides. Brentford got the early goal, went 1-0 up, and then basically Swansea youth players, really just sort of youth but first team players who have been superb, hit them and they win 4-1. And to be fair, Swansea are another one of these sides that they've got nothing to play for this season in the Championship. Realistically, they're not going to be in the playoffs, I wouldn't have thought, unless something miraculous happens. They're not getting relegated. So the Cup's theirs to have a go at, and with some of the sides left in it, there's a possibility they can make Wembley for the semis. So
that was quite something.
No, see, the final game we've got on at the moment, so we're in the 67th or 62nd minute, 2-0 United, and unless Chelsea pull something out of the bag, I can't see it changing. So.
And let's be honest, they won't.
No.
You know what I mean? There's no creativity there. Higuain is a player that needs
service. I think it's straight.
He needs service. Because we need someone creative in the midfield.
They're putting balls through to him, like through balls. Well, he's not that kind of striker for me. Morata was probably more suited for that than what Higuain was. Yeah. But they're not putting balls in the box for him, and that's what he thrives off. So
the players that were doing it before, like Drogba or Costa, they were both players that can the poachers, the finishers, but they're also players that can power through defenders.
Yeah,
just get the ball and just run with it.
Yeah.
Higuain, I don't think is that kind of striker.
No.
So we just need creativity in the middle.
Yep.
And Jorginho is not providing that. He's just sideways. Kovacic is another one.
Yeah.
So it's just not promising. You know that Sarri has to go, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I think we just have to, start with a clean slate. And just go next season.
Next season, yep. So I think that wraps up the FA Cup. Obviously, the draw is, I think, after this game. So obviously, we might touch on that next week, but we'll see. Yeah. So now we'll move on to the weekly feature, 10-year challenge. So we pick a team. So this week we've chosen Manchester United, and we look at their squad over the past 10 years and some of the players they've had, and we try and assemble basically the best 11 players they've had over that period. So I think, from my opinion, this might be one of the slightly easier ones we've done, but we'll see.
I think there might be a few surprises.
Yeah.
I think we'll start with the easiest one, which is the manager.
Agree. Yeah. There's no real. Moyes. I was thinking Moyes. Yeah. Quality manager.
Yeah.
No, all jokes. Yeah.
Ferguson, obviously. Mourinho, he's not getting in. Let's be honest.
Van Gaal.
Van Gaal.
Solskjaer has not been there long enough, so we can't comment. And that is And Ryan Giggs had a temporary stint, but again, he's not. It wasn't ever a manager as such. So
Another. Well, there are only 2 players in it. Goalkeeper. So they had what? Van der Sar, Kuszczak, De Gea, Valdez, Romero.
So that's De Gea or Van der Sar, isn't it?
Yeah, so let's just cross out all the names apart from Van der Sar and De Gea.
I think it's interesting. Obviously, Van der Sar, you look at what he won at United, you know, Champions League, Premier League, etc., etc. De Gea hasn't won that the same. But for me, Van der Sar was ageing at that point. He had such a quality defence and quality team in front of him.
Yeah.
But you look at De Gea, he's a younger goalkeeper, he's only going to get better. And for me, if he wasn't at United, like...
He was single-handedly winning them games.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can't say that about many goalkeepers, that's for sure.
No.
The amount of states will just put him out of nowhere. Like,
Yeah. So for me, for that reason, he's
I think
the one.
he's, first of all, the best player, the best goalkeeper in the world right now.
Agreed.
And I think he could go down as one of the greatest goalkeepers in.
Yeah, if he keeps going the way he is, I think you know just got hope that he can start picking up some trophies and stuff like that. So
yeah, exactly.
So
I feel we go for that.
Yeah, agreed.
And then I changed that a bit. Last time we were doing left back, right back, and centre backs. Now we're just going to do 4 defenders really.
Yeah, just for speed purposes.
Yeah, and obviously left backs and right backs can vary as well sometimes.
Yeah.
So defenders we've got Gary Neville, Patrick Evra, Ferdinand, Brown, Vidic, Fabio, Raphael, O'Shea, Evans, Valencia, Smalling, Jones, Luke Shaw, Rojo, Blind, Bailey, and Lindelof. So we can cross off Lindelof.
Yeah. Bailly can go. Blind can go.
Blind, Rojo, Shaw, Jones
Jones,
can
yeah.
definitely go. Smalling can go as well. Valencia, he's not.
No, he can go.
Really. Evans can go as well. O'Shea can go as well. Raphael can go as well, I guess. Fabio can go as well.
For me, there's a few standouts.
And we're left with 4, so we've got our four really.
Evra, Vidic, Ferdinand, and Neville.
Yeah.
For me, there's no other debate there. I think that was picking itself.
I think that's the easiest one we're gonna get. There's no other names you would really think. Yeah, they've got a chance to.
There just isn't. There is generally no one. So.
With that defence, that's why Van der Sar wasn't picked because they were doing so much for the team that
100%.
never really had to do much. I mean, he was still a great goalkeeper.
Agreed.
So we'll very quickly move on to the midfield. Anderson, Giggs, Ji-sung, Scholes, Fletcher, Carrick, Nani, Pogba, Young, Lingard, Matic, Fred, Schweinsteiger, Mkhitaryan, Schneiderlin, Herrera, Di Maria, Fellaini, Mata, Januzaj and Kagawa. So we can cross off Kagawa, Januzaj, Mata, Fellaini 100%,
Di Maria.
Herrera, I think he might have it.
Yeah, keep him in just for the moment.
Yeah,
Schneiderlin can go.
Mkhitaryan can go as well. Schweinsteiger can go as well. Fred not long enough.
No.
Matic, he can go as well. Lingard. We'll keep him in.
Keep him for the moment, but I don't.
Ashley Young can go. Pogba, keep him in. Nani, keep him in. Carrick, keep him in. Fletcher, keep him in as well. Scholes is a lock. Scholes has to go.
Scholes 100%. Giggs 100%.
Yeah. Ji-sung.
Keep him. I think he was alright.
Anderson, I don't think.
No, get rid.
So Giggs, Scholes, locks, and then we've got one more position. So that's going to be Ji-sung.
I don't think so. If you look at the others, no.
Yeah. Fletcher.
Again, for me, he was good. He was decent, but was he world class? No.
Yeah. Carrick, you keep him as well.
Yeah, I think Carrick's the other one that slightly.
Nani, Pogba, keep them as well. I think. Lingard.
I don't think he's too young yet.
Herrera.
Again, I don't think so. No.
So then we're left with Carrick, Nani, and Pogba. I just want to have a quick look at what Nani done.
Nani was decent, but
Nani was there for a longer while.
Yeah, he was.
He's 32 now, playing for Sporting Lisbon.
Yep.
But I remember watching him as well. It was so enjoyable watching him.
Yeah.
147 games for United, 25 goals, which is not great, but there was always a player definitely that you just enjoyed watching.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, he's not playing for Sporting anymore. He's playing for Orlando City. Is that where Kaka used to play? Yeah, it is. So Is there a chance of him getting in there?
I think he's good. But for me, Carrick,
I think
based on his service,
so long.
Yeah.
That I think it would be rude not to include him. And Pogba, obviously he's a dominant midfielder.
I think the only thing that puts me off Pogba is the price tag, and probably.
I don't think we should look at the price tag, but we should look at how long has been there.
I just don't think he's done enough.
And what has he done for the club? So I think it has to be Michael Carrick.
Carrick for me. I think he was the one that stood out to me.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna go for Giggs, Scholes, and Carrick.
Yeah.
Even though we kind of pushed Giggs as well to midfield because there are just a lot of forwards that will deserve a spot in Man United.
Yeah, 100%.
So we're gonna move on to the forwards, and there we've got the Italian wonder kid, Macheda.
What a legend, absolute legend.
Yeah, I heard that. You like him?
I really like. For some reason, he's one of them players that always sticks in my mind. Whenever I think of Man United, I always think of Macheda when he comes off the bench and bangs a late goal of some sort. He's not going to make the list.
No, definitely not.
But I thought he was all right.
Yeah.
Went to Cardiff, I think, after.
Carlos Tevez, not long enough for whatever club.
No, I don't think so.
Welbeck, no. Wayne Rooney is a lot.
Yeah, to me, Rooney's a lot.
Berbatov, I think
he was decent, keep him in, but I don't know if he's realistically going to make it.
He might be getting him. Change this tactically.
I think there's two more to stick in my head just ahead of him, but Ronaldo's one, and
Ronaldo's a
lock for me, and Van Persie's the other one that sticks in my head. But obviously, keep going through the list, and that might change.
Yeah. Saha.
No.
Owen.
No.
Bebe.
No.
Hernandez. I really like Hernandez, but he's not getting top 3.
No.
Lukaku. No. Sanchez. No.
No.
Zlatan had a really good period at United, but obviously it's not long enough.
No, that's the thing. He wasn't there long enough, and you compare it to, like, Van Persie wasn't there a long period, but at the same time he did win a title and he scored massive amounts of goals, and that probably edges it slightly.
Yeah, Zlatan played 33 games for United, scored 17 goals.
It's great stats, but probably not enough games.
For PSG, he played 122 games. Scored 113.
That's ridiculous.
that's prolific. Alright, Zlatan off, Rashford off, Martial off, Depay off, Falcao off, Zaha off, and Van Persie off. So we're left with one spot, and it's either Berbatov or Van Persie.
What is Berbatov's stats? That is probably the only thing I'd look at. But for me, Van Persie, I think that goal against Aston Villa, where he wins the title for him and he hits it in that's a great strike.
Yeah.
He was superb for him.
108 games, 48 goals for Berbatov.
That's decent. That is decent.
Persie, 86 games, 48 goals. So latest appearances, similar amount of goals.
I think the only thing that slightly swings for me is the importance of the goals Van Persie scored.
Yeah.
Some of them they were in that season. Was it 2012-13?
The question: did Berbatov win the Champions League with? Let's go to Chelsea versus Man United.
I'm not sure, in all honesty, but
I remember him. What did he play that?
I think Berbatov was 2008 at Tottenham, but I don't know when he went, whether he went to United. No, I don't think he did. I don't think he was there.
I think so, because he joined in 2008.
But I think he'd joined in the summer of 2008. I think the Champions League was in the 2008 in June time.
Let's quickly check.
So for that reason, I don't think.
Check the teams for that. What would that be? Overall, Ronaldo there, he gets in, but he hasn't been there for that long.
I think it was Ronaldo. The thing that swings it for him is it's just how good he was. He was just something else in terms of just quality. I just think he was absolutely superb. So for that reason, I just think he slightly wins it. But Yeah, I'm just looking at Berbatov's profile for club career. So if you look at Manchester United, he moved there September 2008. He cost the club 30 million quid, 4-year contract. So looking at it, he missed a penalty during the 2008-09 Cup semi-final against Everton, which United lost on penalties. He was the first Bulgarian to play in an English Premier League title-winning team. And he struggled to make an impact in 2009-2010, and there would be some media speculation that Berbatov would leave United, but this was denied by Ferguson. He then scored the third goal in the 92nd minute win of their 3-1 over Chelsea in the Community Shield. And he'd done a good job for him. He made his 100th appearance in a 0-0 draw against Man City. Anyone that makes 100 appearances for United has done well.
So, who gets it?
For me, I think Van Persie. I just think it was the importance of some of the goals he scored, and that's what swings it.
I think it's a close one, but I think Van Persie just edges.
So we'll just read through that team.
Yeah. So manager was Ferguson, goalkeeper De Gea. Defenders is Neville, Aaron Ferdinand, Vidic. Midfielders Giggs, Scholes, Carrick. Van Persie, Wayne Rooney, Ronaldo. From that, all we can say is that United were good before.
I agree.
The only two players that played now are De Gea and Carrick.
Yeah, well, Carrick's now coach at United.
That's true. So one player really. So that just shows that United aren't just.
I think they've got some
really
great talent coming through.
Really
Though. I think Rashford in a few years, give him bit more time. I think he might well be in there. But obviously it's a work in progress.
Yeah, I mean, United is just a massive brand that will attract players
100%
all the time. So there will never be a point that we'll see United struggling below 10th. I don't think that's what
I don't think it'll even be as low as that.
Because
so
there's always going to be interest from new managers to join the club, from new players to join the club. The fans will still be massive across the world. Obviously, they've got more fans across the world rather than in England.
So that pretty much concludes our 10-year challenge for this week. If you've got any other teams you want us to do in particular, please let us know, because we'd be more than happy to give it a go.
So not just English clubs,
anyone. We're happy to give it a go. Obviously, don't be too broad. Unfortunately, we don't have great knowledge on Wembley FC, so but moving on, we'll just look briefly at the Premier League this weekend. There is a set of fixtures. Obviously, it seems like it's ages ago, obviously with the FA Cup coming this week. Any big games in particular?
I would just run it for the Friday fixtures first. West Ham, Fulham, London Derby. What can you see happening in that fixture?
West Ham, Fulham. Fulham obviously have got to win, because, quite frankly, I think they're almost gone if they don't win that game, because it's just making up the points. For that reason, I think they'll give it a go, in all honesty. But West Ham have been stronger of late, and at home as well, which I think gives them a slight edge. But I think I'm actually going to back it as a draw, because I think it'll be a good game, but I think it'll be a draw. I'll go 1-1.
I'll go for a 3-1 West Ham.
3-1 West Ham?
I think Fulham are going down, really.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is a shame, really, because I like the stadium. I like the Fulham in general, even though biggest rival. I mean, not biggest rival to Chelsea, but closest team by. But still, Fulham is I think Fulham is just one of those teams that kind of talks to Premier League, really.
It's
like that lower Premier League,
So the next game was also on Friday, and that's Cardiff at home to Watford. That's actually that's a big game, because obviously, for Cardiff, if they can pull out another result there, I'll tell you what, from nowhere, because I thought Cardiff were one of the sides that I thought they're gone, not gone, but I thought they're going to be in that bottom three, and now they just keep getting results. They're grinding them out. They look solid. I mean, they don't play attractive football, let's be honest.
But it's not what they need right now.
No.
If they get the money boost at the end for staying in the Premier League,
that's huge.
They'll be satisfied 100%.
Yeah.
But I'll go for a low scoring definitely.
Yeah.
Would it be a draw? Would it be a win for Cardiff? I can't see Watford winning for some reason.
No.
But I'll say 1-0.
1-0. I'll be honest. I just don't think it'd be goals. I agree with you. I don't think Watford would score, and because Cardiff are they play hoof it a little bit. I actually don't think they'll break.
They really don't well to play Stoke.
Yeah. For me, I think it'd be 0-0. I think Cardiff will take the draw in some ways because again, it just keeps the momentum ticking on. So move on. Yeah, exactly.
The lower stages on the lower part of the league.
Yep.
You need to do is 1 point, 1 point, 1 point. It's going to add up to have more to stay at the end.
Yep, exactly. So the last that's the final game of the Friday. So the early game Saturday is Burnley Tottenham.
Yeah.
At Burnley. Burnley also need points.
Yeah.
But then again, Tottenham will be buzzing after their 3-0 win over Dortmund. So how do you start playing that?
Well, Burnley, Tottenham. Tottenham Stadium is Wembley.
Yeah.
Burnley's is Turf Moor.
Yeah.
What does that say?
What does that say?
It's UCFB.
That is true. That is true. The UCFB derby. Yeah.
UCFB derby. That is. But what can happen in there? Can Burnley get a result? I've 2-1 Spurs. I'd say
2-1 Spurs. I mean, Spurs have been lucky. Obviously, without Kane and Ali, they had that last-minute goal against Fulham and a few others.
Yeah.
So again, I think it'll be tight. I think they'll nick it, and I think it'll be 1-0. I think Burnley will try and grind it, but they're just not going to quite have enough.
Yeah.
So the next game is the 3 o'clock Bournemouth Wolves at Bournemouth.
It should be a good one. Yeah, it should be a good one, really. I'm not going to pretend I'm going to watch it.
No.
Probably not. However, it looks like a draw, really, to me.
Draw.
A scoring draw.
Scoring draws.
2-2.
I think Bournemouth are obviously decent at home, but Wolves for me have been class this season. To be fair, obviously they've spent money, but take that out of the equation, they've been decent. So I'm actually just going to back Wolves. I'm going to go 2 on Wolves. I think Bournemouth will score. So then move on, and this is actually a big game. Newcastle are still in that pack of teams that are in that relegation, and they shouldn't be. Let's be fair. Newcastle, size of their club, should be. Also, they've got that new signing who's now starting to bed into the team. Yeah.
I think, and with that signing, I think this is going to be the first game he will show his real class.
Yep.
I think. I think it's going to be a 2-0
Newcastle. Newcastle. I agree.
The match just went to Paul Pogba for the Chelsea Man United game.
That's fair enough.
And and Man United are I'm always lucky for it. It's 2 minutes to go, really.
Yeah.
So, Jack's out of another cup.
Yeah. So, going back to that game, I think Huddersfield are obviously gone without a shadow of a doubt, unless they somehow win every game they've got left this season, which is not going to happen. Let's be realistic. So for that reason, as well, I just don't think they'll do it. I think Newcastle are going to beat them, and I think it'll be 3-1. I think it'll be goals. So move on to actually a game I actually think might be a good one. Leicester Palace, late kick-off on Saturday. You've got 2 attacking sides.
Yeah.
How do you feel I'm playing out?
It's another one that could be a close one.
Yeah.
I think Crystal Palace will want it more, really, than Leicester. So I'd say 2-1 Palace.
2-1 Palace. I think just because Leicester are at home, I'm just going to back them. I think it'll be close.
I mean, it looks like a draw, really.
It does look like a draw, to be fair. You're right. I'm just going to back Leicester. I think I'm going to go 2-1 Leicester at home. So move on to the Sunday games. The first one is Arsenal-Southampton. Well, they're both the same time, but Arsenal-Southampton. What are you saying?
What am I saying? I think Arsenal will win it.
Yeah.
It should be an easy win for Arsenal. I'm saying 3-1.
3-1. The only thing that slightly, I suppose, takes into my account is the fact Arsenal play Thursday night against Bate Borisov. in the Europa League. Although I don't see that making a massive amount of effect on the game. So for that reason, I think Arsenal will still nick it, and I'm going to go 2-0 to the Arsenal in that one. Then probably the big game of the weekend. This is huge.
Yeah. Oh, there's also another game, Chelsea Bayern, but that's been
Yeah, just Carabao Cup. Yeah, we probably might just briefly skim over Carabao Cup, but we'll talk about this one first. United Liverpool. This is massive. United obviously flying, with the exception of the PSG result.
Yeah.
Liverpool obviously a slight dip marginally in form, and it's at Old Trafford. So
For that reason, I think that United will win.
United going to win. Yeah.
Do I? Yeah. 1-0.
1-0 United.
No. Doesn't make sense. Liverpool's attack and United's
Yeah,
attack
that's true.
is. That. Honestly, I honestly don't know.
No.
2-2.
2-2 draw.
2-2.
I mean, one sticks in my head as a draw. I think draw. I think Liverpool's attack, United's attack, both defensively slightly more iffy. So for that reason, I think draw. And I think we'll just talk briefly over the last sort of bigger game of the weekend. Well, Carabao Cup, Chelsea Man City. I can only see it being going one way, to be honest with you.
First of all, Carabao Cup is not a big tournament.
No.
It had about 15 names in the last God knows how many years. And let's be honest, did Chelsea stand a chance?
6-0 the other week. Will it be 6-0 in the final?
Well, I don't think so.
No.
But it's like City will want that trophy as well.
I agreed. Yeah, they will.
Because they are going for that.
Everything. They're going for everything.
Yeah, they're going for everything. And it won't cost them even if they play a second team, it's still going to be better than Chelsea team. So for that reason, I'll say 3-1 City.
3-1 City. To be honest, I think City going to win as well. I think Chelsea give them a better fight than they did the other week, but
that's the only hope they have. That's Sarri's only hope.
Yeah. Is it in the back of his head? Yeah, that other result. But again, I don't see it. So for me, I'm going to go 3-0 City. I think they're just that slight bit better. So that
not just slight.
Slightly, yeah. They are miles ahead, but they're miles ahead of most teams. So
especially Norwich.
Norwich are on the rise. Yeah.
Are you going to go to Man City, Norwich next year?
I will be if we get promoted. I'll be there. Yeah.
But surely it just won't be nice.
I don't know. We've got an okay record against Man City. Not even going to lie.
Well, that's the new Man City.
It is a new Man City, but I mean, the last time we played them, they won the league. I think that season or the season before, something like that, and we got a few decent results. So, but Fark ball is beautiful to watch, and I think if Norwich get to the Premier League, I think we'll give everyone a go. So,
okay, if you say so.
Yeah, we'll see. So that covers everything football-wise. Obviously, the only thing that's, I suppose, sport-related that you've got a slight interest in that happened this week is NBA.
Yeah, so there was an All-Star weekend.
Yep.
From Friday to Sunday, but there's not much really to talk about there. It's a bit of fun for everyone, really, for the fans, for the players.
Yep.
First on Friday there was the celebrity game and the young players game, the rookie game. So Team US won that. Kyle Kuzma got the MVP for that game. Saturday was the individual contest. So we had the skills challenge that was won by Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
That was quite entertaining. Then we had the 3-point challenge, which was again the highlight of the night, really.
Yeah.
Was Devin Booker getting knocked out in the first round, and Harris winning it overall at the end, which is surprising, but it was good to see as well.
Yeah.
And the last one, the one that most people look forward to is the dunk contest.
Yeah.
Which, again, it was disappointing. It wasn't like the 2016. I think it was when Eric Gordon and Zach LaVine were dunking.
Mm-hmm.
It was back and forth, 50 points each. Now it was, it it doesn't have the same feeling as it did that 2016. And on Sunday, yesterday, we had the All-Star game. Team LeBron versus Team Giannis.
Yep.
And Team LeBron won by 14 points, I think.
Okay.
And the MVP went to Kevin Durant, and that summed up the NBA All-Star weekend.
Yep.
Yesterday was also the birthday of Michael Jordan as well.
Yeah.
The GOAT, as some call him.
Go call him, yeah. Although
However,
I think the GOAT is Timu Pookie in football terms.
if you say so.
Yeah.
I say LeBron James, but
That's fair enough.
and that will be that really for sport in general. Six Nations Cup.
Six Nations is this weekend. England have got Wales. I think England are realistically going to win it now, unless they collapse of some sort. Realistically, there's not really a lot to talk about. I think Scotland have got Italy off the top of my head, so that would mean France, Ireland, maybe, or the other way about. I don't know. It's one or the other. I'll probably try and catch up the game this weekend. To be fair, I think the England game's 4:45, so I'm going to Norwich Bristol City, so I'll be sort of on the way back, so I'll probably catch that. But yeah, I think I'll sort of talk through the scores and that next week, but I'm not an expert, so I'm not going to claim to be one.
Yeah.
So I think that pretty much wraps it up for this week. Obviously, thanks Dom again for joining me.
Kante's going. Kante does not want to play for Chelsea anymore. He was just smiling and laughing with Pogba.
That's
he's gone.
That's fair enough, I suppose. I mean, Chelsea are now out of another cup, and they're not going to win the Premier League, are they? And
No, you still have a chance.
still have a chance here. I think realistically, just Europa League with hope, and see about the Carabao Cup. But unfortunately, it doesn't look good for Sarri.
No, I have Chelsea in general.
In Chelsea in general, yeah, agreed. So obviously next week, hopefully there'll be a few more guests coming on. I'm in speech with a few people at the moment, a few reasons and everything. So hopefully we'll have some more people on. If you've got any suggestions, feedback, comments, anything you want us to cover, please let us know. Subscribe to us on YouTube, like this if you enjoyed the content. Again, thanks Dom. It's been good. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully next week we'll have more to talk about, obviously with the Champions League and everything else coming up this week in the world of sport. So we've been SizablySport. Thanks for listening. Bye.